Alright, so as you guys can see, Germany, they opened up with the ban on the Wisp. The ROZBIECI, the famous Czech stack, they banned the Warlock and the Treant Protector. They've changed something a little bit here, haven't they? Banning out that Warlock this time around.
Yeah, a little bit of spice, a little bit of something nice.
We saw that Warlock in that last game, so I can't really blame them for banning it.
It was pretty effective.
It was very, very good, very strong.
Quite fearful to deal with.
And now the champ banned out by Team Germany too.
It's just too strong to ever look through, if we're being totally honest here.
Yeah, they just don't want to play against that hero. I don't blame them. I don't want to play against Chen.
Oh, hello. An Oracle ban this time, though. That's something a little bit different.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? They banned the Oracle the last game as well.
Was it them or was it Germany?
Who cares? Darkseer is getting banned next, most likely. As there's first pick priority for INAE.ROZBIECI.
I love the way you say it. Just rolls off the tongue.
ROZBIECI?
Say it again.
It's very easy for you, native English speaker, isn't it? And look at that Darkseer ban. Who is this analyst? Can you do a shout out for me, please, for the chat?
Yeah, Lacoste DOTA is really great, and he is doing a lot for this tournament.
Hey, wait, that's Croatian guy. I'm Bosnian. It's not the same.
I thought you were a discount Croatian guy.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Now, you're big enough now. You are discount LeBron.
Wow.
Stepping up in the world, my friend.
Alright, anyways, after the Darkseer ban, ROZBIECI, they don't really swap things around way too much. They pick that Sand King once again, as it definitely is one of the strongest offlaners in the game right now. Maybe they'll continue with the Lina, but Germany, they won't continue with what they had in that last game. Instead, they switch things about completely. They get the Enigma and the Mars. Mars can be played on 4, but so can Enigma. And then you would have a Mars in a lane in which Enigma is just snatching those creeps away all the time, which is pretty good for Mars. Enigma isn't really as strong as before with that Helm of Dominator because it did get nerfed, but it's a way of dealing with the Enigma.
Yeah, on the old patch, this would have been ridiculous because, of course, Enigma could farm up the ring and give it across to his offlaner.
Yeah.
That has now been fixed, thank God.
I mean, it has been fixed, but still you can play with the creep deficit on that offlane, which is pretty strong for the offlaner anyway, especially if you're Mars. And now with Rubik isn't really the strongest position 5 there to zone the Enigma. Yeah, he's strong of a support later on because you can steal that black hole. In the laning stage, however, is nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, the interesting thing to look at is the Enigma just gets picked up. Rubik is usually always the go-to response because then suddenly an Enigma is afraid to ever actually commit his black hole unless he catches the Rubik inside it. Looks like we're just going through the expected rotations. You actually get to see the DP banned out this time around. The lifestealer as expected because Mars doesn't fare quite well against that in lane.
Yeah, they ban out the Nikes and they pick the Dead. They ban out the Dead Prophet on the side of ROZBIECI. I mean, usually when I pick Mars, I'm thinking about banning out that Juggernaut, as it is definitely a hero that you can't just look into the eyes as he's spinning at you. Partly because he's spinning so fast, but mostly because he damages you quite a lot.
Maybe what we need is a hero that, with something like Lasso, spins around with you.
Germany, they ban out the Sven.
Well, not too surprising. Probably the most popular carry still, in fairness. Decent Midas builder. Everything you want in a team, really. And that makes you wonder, what would match up well against the Mars lane? Because this is most likely a Mars Enigma combo on the off lane for Germany, right?
10 seconds remaining.
Like, they have some flexibility, but that's usually the go-to. Enigma in the 4, Mars
usually. You can still have Mars as 4 and Enigma as 3.
But they're definitely going to be a lane combo.
Yeah, I mean, 99% it's going to be the combination of heroes, yeah, you're right. So right now, if you're Germany, you're possibly thinking about your position 5 to pick. It's the hero that has to deal well with the Sand King. Not necessarily. You can pick something like a Witch Doctor, something that heals your carry, some sustain on the lane, right?
I'm getting this funny feeling that ROZBIECI are going to go back for the Lina again.
We'll see.
It's still pretty decent against Germany's heroes, and this time you've removed the Death Prophet from the equation.
Getting some Magic Burst versus the Mars is definitely good. So in that way, Lina would be alright. But I'm not sold on the whole Lina pick. It didn't really work very well for them in that last game.
But the Warlock isn't in the equation this time around.
Yeah, that's also very true.
Like, actually, a lot of healing-type supports have been removed by ROZBIECI in the first phase, right? The Treant, the Warlock, and the Oracle.
Not the Abaddon, though.
Oh, there you go. You can't get them all. Possibly, well, I wouldn't say now the strongest, but definitely a patch or two ago, by far the strongest one. Biggest nerf to this hero was the fact that now when you deny yourself, of course, you do give over XP to your opponents.
You give experience, and at the same time you're dead for a bit longer. But yeah, still a pretty strong position 5. There's a reason why he's picked so often. And now the question is, how do ROZBIECI answer to that? I mean, they can still go for the Lina, honestly. Lina and Sand King versus Abaddon +1 can still work. It messes with your stun combo, though, so there's that. The Aphotic Shield, that is. Let's see, they go with the Wyvern. Okay, so they're going deep into let's counter Enigma territory right now. Enigma should not have a good black hole in this game any longer. You have 2 heroes that you have to worry against. One that pierces your BKB and stops the black hole, and the other that just steals your black hole even through BKB. Honestly, I believe this is an overkill. In that way, they shouldn't have done this.
It's way too defensive from these two supports.
Not just way too defensive, but one of these heroes is enough to deal with Enigma. Unless you really, really like that Rubik, Winter Wyvern would be just enough. This one hero already provides you with so much disable that the Enigma is never going to be able to get every item necessary. And now Spectre is picked by Germany. Alright. Usually what you want with Spectre, you want to be playing against heroes that you can jump on top of early on with that Radiance or whatever and just create a mess in which they can't stand, right? Like they have to be running around just for their lives. And Rubik and Winter Wyvern are definitely those types of heroes. They're squishy supports that can be easily manipulated by the Haunt. So,
what Germany really seem to have right now is a hell of a lot of chaos factor, right? You've got this Spectre with the Haunt, you've got this Enigma, you've got the Arena Mars. It just feels like right now, if you actually jump on ROZBIECI, like if you compare the two, if ROZBIECI jump on Germany, it's a lot more methodical, it's a lot more targeted, whereas Germany have so much coverage with their abilities. We usually see this as a tactic that's used, right? If you have that chaotic element to your team fight, it's very hard and very panicky for your opponents. And there's just so much there. Horn alone just adds a ridiculous amount to that element. Mars, another one, just because, especially in the mid-late game, he very easily can throw out that arena. It's such a low cooldown. It's not a heavy investment like the Black Hole they also have as backup. It's a little bit spooky. I wouldn't mind seeing ROZBIECI get something else on their side that gives you that kind of element of anarchy, right? But what is there? You can't take a Brewmaster because you already picked up the Sand King and he should be the free.
Something active on that mid lane would be really good for them. Something that runs across the map, gets some kills. Queen of Pain or something similar. Lina even on that mid lane wouldn't be too horrible. I mean, Lina versus the Spectre later on can be problematic, that's certain. There aren't many heroes that scale well versus Spectre. It is a Spectre after all. But Naga might be one of those heroes. Naga might definitely be a hero that can scale versus Spectre. It is a...
I think there's a big problem continuing, though. That once again, it seems like they're partially worried about the Enigma, and we've seen the way Nagas build. They build tanky. They don't really build into heavy damage, and right now it just feels like ROZBIECI are lacking damage.
It's also a question of where this Naga is going to lane. Is she going safe lane? Is she going mid? They obviously have that option of picking, but they don't have the last pick. So they're going to have to show their card with this last pick right now. Monkey King has been banned out by Germany, which leaves me thinking that they might go... Well, you know what? Monkey King would be good versus Mars. So banning out that Monkey King kind of enables you to have a decent Mars lane, and then you can take something versus Naga mid, which is, I believe, what they expect. I believe Germany expects this Naga to be mid.
And they could go for something like an Ember, which would have also been countered by the Monkey King. Although there is a fair amount of lockdown and catch for
an Ember. They can definitely go for something melee mid too, which would explain the Monkey King ban even further. We'll see though, as we're about to find out what ROZBIECI are going to ban in their last ban.
I wonder if this is actually Germany also thinking about a Templar Assassin, because Monkey King is not bad against the TA.
They might be thinking about that, but first, I don't think Cube is a TA player. I believe he plays active heroes, and I believe that's what they're going to pick for him. Something that's very active throughout the game. No no casual midders. We're not gonna see SFs or TAs from Team Germany.
Okay, yeah, so something like the Queen of Pain that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, most likely heroes that are easy to play, that don't require a lot of practice, and that are position 4. That's what I
Hey, Queen of
expect.
Pain's been played as 4. Oh, speaking of just sit AFK and farm.
Okay, so we're going to see Naga on that safe lane, and SF on the mid lane. And now it's on Germany to answer that. And you call the TA. The TA would be pretty decent for Germany. Well, considering they have Enigma, Abaddon, and TA, the problem that I see with that hero, there isn't a single hero on the side of Germany that does any sort of damage in the mid game, or does anything whatsoever. So it would be completely on ROZBIECI to do whatever they want in the mid game. And let's see, they go with the pen.
Okay.
There you go. This is the complete opposite. You get a hero that's very active early on. You get a hero that rotates across the map. You get a hero that can just leave the lane level 5, get a rune or 2, dominate the side lanes, then go back into the mid lane. Also, you get a hero that is melee and is playing versus Shadow Fiend. So Cube is an amazing Pango player, by the way. He's one of the guys that spammed this hero from the moment it got out into the game. Like the moment Pango got out, he started playing it, and he played it a lot. So I remember watching his games with LOTV with the javelins. Remember when
You mean the ones where he didn't buy any items and
yeah,
really rushed it?
he's playing position 4 and he doesn't buy anything. He just goes instantly into the javelin. Like that's just some next level stuff right there. I mean, it's so next level. It worked maybe 1 out of 10 times for them.
It backfired a lot.
It backfired a lot, but it was fun to watch.
Maybe not for Wagger and co, but definitely for the viewers. So, looks like we've got our drafts and we are ready to get underway with this game. The Pangolier definitely was much needed for the side of Germany. Otherwise, as you said, they lacked any kind of resistance to the over...
Listo, chicos, una disculpa. Vamos a continuar con la partidita. No se me vayan, por favor, porque ahí tenemos Dota para toda la tarde. Continuamos con el juego. No nos hemos perdido de mucho. Realmente la partida recién ha empezado, así que nos mantenemos en la etapa de farmeo y tradeo de intenciones. Ahí está, un poco de presión encima de Mysterious en la parte inferior. Cuidado, Wig mantiene Reiki de lado, la Torre Castilla. Intentamos con el respiro con el Stormhammer. Sí lo hace, mantenemos el Reiki. Y esto lo mencionábamos temprano en el draft. La fisura es buena. Blade a continuación. Intentamos anticipar. Puede llegar el Head, los Shackles, el Imperio que conecta. Buena velocidad de movimiento. Se da la vuelta fullback para tomar la cabeza y Shadow Shammer se regenera con el Fire Soul. No es suficiente, o quizás sí, no lo encuentra, se oculta el Shrag, no tiene sal. Moonlight lo intenta buscar, encuentra el ángulo por el cual está escapando. Mientras tanto, 7 lo va a intentar anticipar, pero una vez más, el Air Speeder, no, la fisura que llega primero. La velocidad de movimiento del Shrag, recordemos que es una de las más grandes de cualquiera en general en el juego, y logra salvarse fullback. Y el equipo argentino sacando una línea de esos, le ha ido bien en lo que va de la partida. Hablando de que les va bien, al final de cuentas el Shrag termina cayendo, ¿no? Y si te cuesta alguno que otro recurso, no es problema mientras logres tradear. El Shrag mantiene presión, la fisura que llega mantiene Rackle, también los Chocos lo terminan frenando. Lion ya quemó todos sus disables, no tiene mucho que hacer, fue a punto de perder la vida, un golpe más y termina cayendo. Muy osada la del equipo de Isurus en la parte superior, mete presión, cuidado, Shackles propone, fullback, coloca el stun, el Shake puede colocar una fisura si es que la tiene, los Shackles llegan primero, cuidado Demon, intentamos, y es un kill limpio, mientras que el Yagan va a concretar encima del fullback y posiblemente también encima del Lion. Nuevamente propone el equipo de Isurus, si bien matan a Shadow Shaman, intenta traer agresividad con agresividad porque sucede este tipo de cosas. Lion cae, The Shrag queda en muy mala posición, viene Yagan para mantener right click, si el Blade tiene que colocarlo, fullback va a morir aquí, demasiado osado, doble kill. El cast delay de la habilidad le permite al Brewmaster salir un poquito fuera de rango de ahí está, lo agarramos al rato, tiene que colocar el golem, termina cayendo, pero alrededor de los más juegos podremos hacer algo. La fisura a continuación, Ouija a punto de perder la vida, coloca el Walker, pero no vale la pena, queda Spree a manos de Luchito, el Ecos la termina conectando para poner el freno encima del fullback, pero termina tomando el kill de igual manera con el Pulse Nova, fullback, la venganza del argentino con un doble kill en contra de Kingdom, mientras que el Omnilax, Fog of War se replega, el golem no logra llegar a tiempo para llevarse lo último del Omnilax, o la reacción del momento de mover las unidades fue muy tardía, que pues no le permite al Shrag hacer el truco que quería hacer, ¿no? Así que de igual manera Cyber Kingdom está más muerto aquí, no, es bien acabar de llegar, colocamos Stormhammer, buena fisura, Tottenham.
And just like that, we have returned. See, we told you it'd be resolved very quickly, and I believe it has. It looks like we should be playing the current game.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into the current match, guys. Sorry for the small delay. We are actually not really sure what happened there. Something definitely did happen.
I think there was a little bit of a misunderstanding on the rules, so things just had to be clarified quickly. We will be continuing with this game.
Yeah, we are ready.
All right. Yeah, we'll let them know. It looks like the players are ready, rearing to go.
Yeah, we're just gonna start the game. Finally, the Eye of Skadi is still going to be guarded by Azure Dragons.
I don't know if we'll see it in this game, though. There are a few people that could... I think Naga would be the leader on building that.
Usually the one. Sometimes you see it on Spectre. Very unlikely, though. Instead, we're going to talk about what's happening right now and not what might happen in 30 minutes. As SF is going mid, Pango obviously played on Cube on the other side going mid too. Luft on that Enigma together with Scabo on the top lane and Abaddon going there. They're committing 4 heroes on top and this is really good. The thing is, Enigma does not provide you with absolutely anything on these rune fights, so you can't really have her helping you out, which is the reason why they're committing multiple heroes here.
And the problem is, if you run into Naga, it's not the easiest kill to bring down 6 armor, over 600 HP. You want to be finding that Wyvern, for example. Even then, that's a hero that can fly over the trees and escape.
Yeah, there isn't a single hero that you can kill. And it looks like they're going to go aggressively. They decided to switch things about. You can see Filmini on his... he reminds me of pelmeni, man. There's this Ukrainian dish called pelmeni. Oh, it's so good.
So you want to eat Filmini?
I don't want to eat Filmini, I want to eat pelmeni. I'm very hungry. I haven't had my breakfast yet. But pelmeni, man, oh god, it's so good. It's like this slow-cooked pastry with meat inside. Oh.
Liz does like a good slab of meat. And
I love the Slavic meat, of course I do.
Look at that little sneak in. Paluchek actually walked behind them and took that rune.
Yeah, Paluchek took the rune, Filmini took the bottom rune, while Scabo and Perso, they took the other 2. So 2 runes apiece, 2 runes each again.
Yeah, nothing too outrageous happening. Meanwhile, Paluchek will just take the long way around to get back. It looks like Abaddon's going to start to head bot.
He might even help out mid a little bit, but the problem is if he does take that Splinter Blast on mid, like it's bad, and if he doesn't, he has 3 mangoes, so it's bad again, and he's just gonna fly. Fly, little bird, fly towards the bottom lane. Get out of here. Get out!
Very slowly. Yeah. The interesting thing is that Yorka did take the Requiem. Not Requiem, sorry, the Souls, level 1, which... is usually you take the raise, right? We've seen that a lot. But I guess against the Pangali, he has such low damage.
It depends on the player, honestly. It's not only about the hero matchup, it depends on the player as well. And versus Pango, you don't necessarily need to take the raises. I think you can risk it and go for the aura instead, for the passive that is.
Looks like the bird has flown to the bot lane now, so...
Yeah, and the bird actually went for Arctic Burn level 1. Considering he went 3 mangoes build, it's not really my favorite to go for Burn level 1, but right now he's doing alright when it comes to harassment. They're actually winning this lane quite a lot when it comes to resources, as Abaddon is already down on 3 tangos and 1 mango, which isn't going to allow him to do quite a lot any longer. He's going to have to kill himself very soon.
And he did actually pick up the stick, because he was expecting this, the Splinter Blast spam, as you said.
Yeah, and it didn't happen, so... Next level, Winter Wyvern taking Arctic Burn.
And then he gets Validity and taking his own stick, and it looks like JMN wants to deny himself, so he should move away from the lane.
The problem is he needs to use this mango, and that's not really very...
Yeah, this is bad. And they get the XP as well.
Yeah, so, exactly. You kill yourself, you give away some experience, you also don't use that mango in the right way, because you used it pretty much to get 20 more mana, and all the remaining mana got unused, so you do go back to base, you do buy some more regen and come back into the lane. He bought himself another mango.
It's kind of an oddity as well. I mean, he's on a horse, he's fast, 328 movement speed. He could have just walked over to one of the neutral camps, denied himself, and denied them the XP that would have came alongside what he just done.
That would have been a little bit better, I have to say. Let's look at the mid lane. Shadow Fiend 10-5, Mango 10-0. So,
barely even.
Yeah, I mean, 5 denies, it's pretty good for SF. He's doing alright, but it's to be expected. Oh, well, he misses that last hit as he was buying something in his shop.
Way to highlight his mistakes, Liz.
I mean, he was. Yeah, that's and another one. Well, that's not really optimal, but still he's doing alright. You can see that Tsuki on his Rubik is hunting down Luft in the jungle, stealing some of his experience while he's farming. He's also pinging him out that he's getting really low. So if Luft does tank a bit more, Tsuki might even go for the kill.
It's very hard, though.
Yeah, Eidolons are alive for 40 more seconds, so this isn't optimal. This isn't the right time to strike.
Yeah. He'll do it now, but Luft can just back away with the boots as well.
Yeah, maybe
he doesn't have any.
But yeah.
There's a stun.
You see this trade here, if he waited a bit longer, he might even die here.
Yeah, if he waited a little bit longer, he wouldn't be dead right now.
Exactly.
There's the final hit. Come up. No, he might get to Roche, but in time, Keep arrives.
That's a kill that he just gave to the midder, the enemy midder. So if his invis was running out, but he could have just waited there. And on the bottom, Maluchek does get the Abaddon.
Yeah, no deny this time coming out. No, that was not the first blood.
We do hear it a little bit later every time, guys. There's something.
It's echoing in his mind, okay? Rubik's like, that was a mistake, and, well, the announcer's just here to remind him that that was exactly what happened. Mistakes were indeed made. But no, you mentioned that SF is doing pretty well. The concern is then you look at the next 4 heroes in terms of CS, and they are all on the Radiant side here.
I mean, the biggest issue is you have this Rubik. He's rotating top right now to help with Scabo, but do you have detection? I guess you do.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get rid of Scabo. He's going to go down.
Yeah, Scabo does not have detection, and one of the reasons why he got so low. And Hootie, with the help of Rubik, does get him down. Overall, though, you still have the benefit of Enigma being in this jungle. So, yeah, your Mars did die just now, but your Enigma is just free farming in the jungle. Rubik did try to mess with her a little bit. Didn't really manage to do a whole lot.
Meanwhile, Palazzo taking a lot of damage to the bot lane because Abaddon has moved across to try and pull the lane. Means he gets left alone a bit, but he has his Soul Ring now, and of course you've got an Abaddon, so this should be pretty self-sustaining for the Spectre at this point.
Yeah, you have the mana region, you also have the Abaddon to heal you up. That Spectre should be completely fine. By the way, I believe if he's German, which he is, it should be Perzo. But I won't force you to pronounce it that way, obviously.
Well,
you can do it whichever way you want to. Luft?
When he gets to a big land, he can tell me how to say it, alright?
Alright, big shot.
That's the rules.
I won't pronounce your name until you're relevant.
Look what happened to Mike for a long time. Everyone kept calling him Mickey. Until
I still call him Mickey.
Well,
I like it more than Mike, actually. Mickey. It's simple, it's easy.
Yet you say Xibe correctly.
Well, I don't know. It's not easier than Xibe. It's the same thing, I guess.
Oh, bot lane.
Yeah, he just fell.
J-Man failed again.
He was healing Perzo on this bottom lane, and he paid the price. Perzo now as well has to be a little bit careful. He does have sticks to work with though.
Yeah, and it's unlikely there's a point in the ensnare. As you can see, it's actually 2-0-2 so far for the Naga in terms of skill build.
Yeah. On the mid lane, SF 45 CS. Let's look at that net worth because Pango did get the first blood. With that first blood, Pango is still 400 behind, so doing really well so far.
They're going to chase on the Pango here. Fire strike through, has got Swashbuckle for 4 more seconds, and as a result, SF gets a kill.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty well played by Dire or Czech boys. I believe if you are Pango right now, you should be rotating a bit more. If you aren't rotating, you need help versus the SF. But are you level 6? No, you're not. Bottom lane, Perzo or Perzo.
Well, Spectre has reached level 6. Of course, you need someone to set something up around the map for that to be useful.
I mean, look at it this way. Definitely, the greedier draft is the one of Radiant. You have the Enigma, you have the Spectre, and those 2 heroes pretty much come online very late. And the Enigma is in the jungle too.
On top. It's going to be a pin here. Because he Power Strike forward, he actually got caught in the tree. Doing in trouble trying to move away, had the Sandstorm to protect him, but he's in the Midnight Pulse, and he might tick out here because he can't move out of it. He's trying to run. In the meantime, Wyvern will go down the bot lane. Burrow Strike to try and escape. Spear through though, just clips.
Just clips him.
Scarbo gets the kill.
SF rotated top, but so far he's not getting anything. Perhaps he can take down this Enigma, let's see. Enigma is baiting, but he doesn't know.
Luft doesn't realize he's being baited here. He's going to go down, and they're going to chase one of Scarbo next. But he has the spear to make his own escape.
Yeah, that's a much harder kill for them. They're going to be satisfied with the Enigma pick, and now SF pours back into that mid lane to continue farming. And we're going to see a lane swap as Naga went top and Sand King went bottom. I don't think Naga is much stronger. It definitely isn't stronger, actually.
Arena in the top lane, and they fluffed the spear. Scarbo needs to run.
Yep.
They might be able to catch him here, but they didn't level into the snare. Nagas never want to actually put that early point in anymore.
If they started this off...
They actually use the roll. They're trying to go onto the Shadow Fiend, going to get him low, but he moves out the Midnight Pulse. Have they got enough damage with the shield crash? Bring him down? Yes.
And the perfect rune on the top lane.
Oh, and they commit the Black Hole. A little bit overkill, Luft.
I mean...
You weren't expecting that many procs from the Javelin.
Still, though, it's a good pick-off for them. They killed the Rubik and the SF. Very good. Very well played by the 2 of them. I mean, I said it. I expected them to rotate mid as soon as Pango is level 6. SF was doing really well. and he has a lot of farm, but it doesn't matter when Pango has his rolls. Basically, SF is almost level 9. Pango, just with those 2 kills, he's level 7.5. So SF was crushing this lane. 2 javelins on Pango now. My god, he's going full YOLO build, full damage, so far at least.
You don't need boots, you got your roll.
Bottom lane Sand King is getting pretty low here.
Ooh, the Aphotic Shield will pop, but it wouldn't have been enough though. It's only level 2 Aphotic.
Yeah, they opted not to go. You see the Shadow Fiend porting, and it's suicide to go for the kill.
Although SF just shoot himself and Roll Fun is coming off cooldown. Keeps moving around the back right now, and Pertzo just baiting them in. They didn't realize yet the Midnight Pulse has been committed. Swashbuckle across, gonna get him low. Roll Fun is there, and they'll kill off the SF. They'll chase for Hootie next. They do see him. Power Strike's up at the high ground. They got the shield crash to get up though and keep on chasing. And he has 2 javelins with the Swashbuckle. He's waiting.
Yeah, he can go for it. Instead, he just ports back. There's a lot of...
he doesn't see it worth the risk.
Yeah, there's a lot of farm on this mid lane. He could have still used it and then TP'd back, I guess, but the mana, he had issues with that too. And he opted to just go mid instead. He could have tried, but overall, I think it's very problematic that this Shadow Fiend just died twice in a row now. I think that's very problematic for him, because remember, he was on top of the network by far just 2 minutes ago, and now he's actually behind the Spectre, and also the Pango is catching up.
It is problematic when you look at the net worth starting to shift. 2k net worth lead now, heading into the next room to see what's going to happen. Looks like top should be secured by Germany, and bot might be as well. Pertzo, they actually commit the Wiz Curse to stop and get one. Meanwhile, on the top, the arena has been thrown down and Sand King is the target. They'll get a kill. Sure, they miss out on one of the runes, but they should get all the other ones as well.
Yeah,
Pertzo's hanging around.
That's pretty good for them. They get the Sand King. They should be happy with the kill. Now, overall, this greedy lineup of Team Germany isn't really biting them in the asses. They are doing quite well after the lane.
No, they're just on cruise mode right now. We don't really see any aggression because the last 2 attempts by the Czechs has failed miserably. Usually resulting in the death of the SF, in fact.
It's just the good rotations that are done by Pango. Like that one on mid, done by Enigma and Pango to kill down the SF. And then the good rotation towards the bottom lane. So if you are Czech boys, you have to be thinking about making these moves a little bit more carefully, to be a little bit less reckless. And try to pressure the Spectre, but that same Spectre, man. Level 8, Raid Band, Soul Ring. You're not gonna find her anymore. That's the biggest issue. That's the problem. Mid lane, we see another roll. We see the Horn.
Spectre Horn as well, gonna join in. SF down to half of HP. Burrow Strike protects though. Keep trying to chase through. Royal Fund has been stolen. And Suki in hot pursuit right now. Swashbuckle. He can't quite get the kill though. No! He's gonna go on with Fade Bolt, and SF will live on 40 HP. Yeah,
speaking of recklessness, that was definitely the case in this situation for Team Germany though. As Cube, he's strong. Is Luft strong though? Let's see.
They're a little bit too cocky and they're going to pay a price. The Burrow Strike through and he's dead. The spear will buy him a few seconds, but Luft, how do you get out of this? He's actually not good in. He's cared about the black hole. They'll be able to get him still though.
They do get him in the end. He almost got out though. That spear was really good, really well played. He also realized they had no remaining stuns to work with, so he tries to port out.
And you saw how aggressive he was playing because the black hole was just 5 seconds off cooldown. He wanted to commit out into the Naga.
And he also has that mech to work with. So we talked about who's going to buy the Greaves. It looks like it's going to be the Enigma. Usually when you're playing versus too many disables that go through the BKB and Rubik, you just buy Greaves, you buy Crimson on Enigma. You just go full utility, which is what he's doing this time. And
to be honest, Cube was never going to do it with his double Javelin into Maelstrom build.
Yeah, definitely. Cube is very special. I love that guy. I've actually, last year, I've been at the Vagas camp with him. He was one of the coaches.
Are you done chilling out for Vaga? How much did he pay you to make
I just came from that camp, and this is the guy that I only know from there. Like, we did play in pubs a lot together, but that's it. And yeah, he likes his javelins. He likes to play with his javelins. He likes to buy a few javelins and just play with them.
He has a unique perspective on certain heroes.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I don't blame him. 2 javelins, I think it's optimal right now for Pango.
But Royal Thunder was committed from the Rubik this time.
If you're going for damage build, 2 javelins is definitely optimal. But usually what we see from Pangos is Maelstrom, Greaves.
What we see in the bot lane is an arena committed on the Wyvern. Gonna get him low, keeping him pinned in right now. They finish him off, but the Winner's Curse comes out. The borrowed time's been used. They're charging up the epicenter. They line up for a perfect double Burrow Strike. They're better to finish Mars with the stolen spear. Yeah, it's a double kill for the SF.
Perfect play there by them. Wyvern also survives, so that ultimate was not good. Considering you only have 2 heroes there committing that ulti. Listen, I'm not saying that it's good for Team Germany, but at the same time, you're not pressuring the Spectre. And let's see top lane.
Epicenter. Oh wait, no, that we're being debated by the delay.
Yeah, top lane, however, the song of the Siren by Fulmini, or how I like to call him Pelmeni, does manage to get out. So the Spectre uncontested on one side, on the other side, same goes for Naga. Let's see actually, Spectre on the bottom lane. Getting really low.
Raccoon's going to be used, Spectre's going to fall, and they actually almost get JMN, but now the return kill comes out. Cube has arrived. Rowan Fun is there. Looking on Azuki, going to get blown. Sanking stunned up as well. Needs to escape, but Pyro Strike gets him on the tower. Does get the kill no Baden before dying off himself.
Yeah, so 3 heroes die, but they do take down that Spectre. So, all in all, I don't think it's great, but 3 for 2 considering Spectre died is quite alright for the Czech boys. And Naga is still farming. Let's see her farm. She has 2 raid bands working towards that Yasha. Your classic build on the Naga right now. It's basically get some raid bands so you can farm with your illusions, then get into Manta. That Manta already allows you to farm even faster and also to take down heroes if necessary, as those illusions with Riptide procs do hurt.
Yep, change to Riptide now being a passive. The more Manta illusions, the better. See what the focus is. Invisrune's been picked up by Scarbo, so he'll look to get aggressive again. The problem is right now all he can see is a Wyvern on top. Not really the optimal target.
Yeah, they already went for that Wyvern once before.
Oh, they spotted.
It didn't really work out. Was he spotted there?
Yeah, because there's an Observer and the Sentry just about overlap. So Wyvern, they won't even find him. He'll get out.
So they did spot them. The Bounty Rune has been picked up by Luft. Alright, 3 bounties going the Radiant way. 1 bounty taken by Tsuki on that bottom lane. Perhaps they can pressure Pango here, but that's not so easy to do as he has his travels completed now too. There is a Shadow Blade by SF though, and that's not something that they have revealed before.
It's a hard one to catch standing still though. You need some sort of stun first of all.
Of course, you do have the Sand King and the Rubik there.
So they have to get close enough.
Sand King has his Blink Dagger now. There we go.
Alright, this is the moment to strike. Swashbuckle gets Rubik down to half HP though.
One Swashbuckle, he went under half, like from 1080 to under 500.
He knows something's wrong, so he's going to go into the tree line. Oh, Udi. He sees it, moves away with the Swashbuckle in time.
A little bit quicker on the Swashbuckle than he was on his stun.
I mean, even if you hit that, you don't have the follow-up from Rubik, so you can't get good Requiem off.
What's very unfortunate for them is that they just revealed that they have the Blink Dagger, also the Shadow Blade on SF. So what can you actually do about this?
You might die if you hang around.
Your element of surprise is gone, so you can port in Diaba and just defend the tower.
And now they're going to move top, try and defend their tier 2. The spear mistimes, so Sankey will move him with the blink, and the Burrow Strike and Mars should be going down. They stole the spear as well. He commits the arena just to ensure that Enigma can escape alive. It wastes their time, but that's all it'll do.
Killed by his own spear. Rubik snatches that spear of Mars and kills him with it.
Some poetic justice.
Yeah, right now. Birdsong moving towards that Radiance, as you can see, 2.9k gold on him. Doing pretty alright so far with that Spectre. Not really being on top of the network charts.
That's Cube's job.
As that's Cube's job, exactly. It's his job because not because he's farming so well, but because he's been involved in 5 kills. And also he's farming fairly well. Has the Maelstrom, travels, Javelin moving towards the Diffusal.
Just looking to fight as much as possible because he knows it's his job to create that space that Spectre can exploit.
And so far he did a really good job when it comes to creating space. Spectre did die once or twice, right? How many times? Once actually on that bottom tier 1, yeah, when they ganked her. They had to commit so much to take her down, so they aren't really even ready to fight her right now. And the thing is though, like Spectre with the Haunt and Radiance does a bit more than Naga does at the moment. Even when she completes her Manta style, which is getting closer and closer to, Spectre with the Haunt and Radiance is still a bigger power spike for you.
Well, it'll be a while before that power spike is visible from the side of Germany, but right now Pangolier is holding them up. I don't want to say solo, but in terms of damage, he is dishing out most of it, as we keep seeing from the Swashbuckles alone.
Yep. So Frost.
Oh, jumping in. They do use the Winner's Curse, but you can move away before the Requiem completes. The Haunt's trying to escape. They're going to look to gank someone else instead. Suki has to use the lift, and actually he'll just escape.
Yeah, I'm not certain what the plan was there. You have the Winter's Curse to keep him in spot, but the damage is not there, and now Yoika has to be careful.
Yeah, they're going to move in. They'll slow him down with Malphus. They'll try and Shadow Blade up. They see him, they pin him against the wall. Called Brace. Keep him alive.
Black Hole
Going to be pushed back in. The Black Hole gets committed here. Luft Catches two. Rubik is one of them. He doesn't want to give over the steal, but he might at this rate. There it is. It's going to be stolen by Suki. He can commit the black hole right now. He needs to. He gets off in time. Pangolier with the wrong fun are going to continue through, though, because they hit him up with the stun. They'll find the kill. Malefice from Lift on the side ensured that that black hole did not last long.
Yeah, you have two ways of dealing with that black hole, but you used both of them in a wrong way. First, you use the Winter's Curse much earlier, before the black hole is even used, so there's no Winter's Curse to stop it. And then also you have the Rubik's steal versus it. You do steal it, but eventually it gets just interrupted by Malefice, so you have to be thinking about the disables that they've got too.
And that's the thing, Enigmas, they expect this steal, and you saw the way Luft, he just broke across to the right side. He's like, okay, I know you're going to grab this, I'm just going to make sure I can stun you halfway through so the damage is done.
Yeah, sometimes stealing it and just escaping with it is much better, but he realized that he's going to be hit by the rolling boulder, so he had to use it there. Sadly, I believe they had Naga's song, so perhaps with that song they could have gotten out.
Definitely worth preserving the black hole, and now as a result you don't have a big ultimate that Rubik can play off.
Yeah, they might smoke up once again, but for that to happen they need to wait for DSF to get his souls up. He's sitting on 20 souls right now. Not really the perfect game for him after that laning stage, but no, they smoke up.
It's about the magic damage more than the physical in their eyes, and that's kind of the thing. Like, if you rely heavily on the physical, it's kind of that Chen factor, right? If I lose my army, I need a minute to recover.
They run into Mars, but he has Blink.
Yeah, he'll escape, so they can't find a target. They're looking towards Enigma, but Luft is protected by the tier 1 tower. You can't look to dive.
Yeah, they didn't really even see him there as he was hiding in the fog.
Rooms are 2 apiece in the end. Do see Hootie top. He'll be able to blink away. Scarbo's looking past. Mars moving forward here. He's got the arena. Throw it down. No! Hootie, he's just outside it. They go to rebuke him. They know where he is. He's got a Bar Strike to escape. They pin him against the wall. They try and run him through quick enough, and with the Spectral Dagger there, they can chase him through the tree. Spectre should be able to get this kill.
And
Swashbuckle. I say Spectre. Cube, of course, he wants to have that kill for himself.
Of course, it's Cube. And he ports bottom instantly. He wants to fight
go. They see them here. Midnight Pulse goes down from Luft. Just going to reveal them. The Dust trying to move away. Horn's going to be there. Looking at the SF. Going to chase him down with the Spectral Dagger on top of him. He's got a Requiem, but he's got no escape plan. Yeah, I'm going to keep on to chase them through. With the Swashbuckle, they get it. This time, Perzo takes the kill. And look at this. A bonus meal on the side. It's a tasty Wyvern Dragon because you can't move away quick enough. Winner's Curse going to be used here, and it's going to be fine. Rolling Thunder through. Doesn't stop you from rolling, and as a result, they'll find the Wyvern kill, and Winner's Curse now on cooldown as well.
Yep.
Interesting choices being made by the Czech stack here.
It's really easy for Cube to play when he has that Arcane Rune on him, top lane.
That was an interesting spear from Scarbo. He will pay a price for it.
That's a good counter kill for the Czech boys. They needed something to go their way. On that bottom lane, Naga did not die, and he's going towards that Diffusal right now. Has the Manta and 1 Electricity. He can buy another one. So overall, when you look at Naga, second on the net worth charts, just below Cube, well, just below 2k below Cube, but
just a little bit.
I mean, it's still Naga. She's very strong when she has that farm.
And speaking of diffusals, and Cube, in fact, he has his diffusal line. He's heading towards the MKB next. And that's kind of where your damage with this build starts to peak out.
Yeah, that's pretty much the peak. After that, you're thinking about some utility, perhaps Aghanim's even, or with the new Swashbuckle. It's pretty strong.
Makes sense. Does interact with your damage elements.
Man, SF takes so much damage.
It's a spooky game.
It feels like a support at this point when you're playing versus Cube.
And now he finds the Wyvern as well. Swashbuckle across, moves away. Got the Rolling Thunder.
Curse.
He's going to commit it.
In 1 second, but I don't think Cube go. Oh, he's going for this.
Yeah, he wants the kill. Yes, it doesn't have the mana for the Swashbuckle either. He's going to move in, does get it, but now he needs to retreat. The double raise gets him pretty low. Sanking move through, Bar Strike on point. Cube a little bit too greedy.
700 gold given away to the SF. Definitely not worth it.
70 seconds dead. And this is the kind of counter argument about this build. You're so damn squishy, and you don't have any sustain in terms of mana.
You don't have mana, yeah, exactly. You don't have enough mana to do such aggressive movements. But listen, if he continued playing the way he played before, in a way in which he is that damage dealer glass cannon that just hits them from behind, then it's good. But when you are this aggressive as he was there, you're definitely going to be punished. But truth be told,
at least your team gets that tier 2 top though, so now they can invade the jungle and
it's
stave
space,
off
man. He's creating space.
The Far Frontier. The space for what? The Radiance is online now.
Radiance is moving towards the Manta on the Spectre.
Has the Hornets available as well, so as soon as Pangolier is up, expect them to make a play. They might even make one sooner than that. As they have invaded the primary jungle. You can already see there are cores stacking in the Dire jungle.
Yeah, but what's happening on the side of Radiant is that they're in the pit already. Scabo is doing something very interesting. He's trying to solo it. Well, I believe Bertso might join him very soon.
Yeah.
Bertso might
I mean,
join
he's
him very
sustained
soon.
anyway with the good old passive. Bulwark is pretty strong against
Passive
Roche.
and Abaddon, they're just healing him up. It's pretty strong so far.
Radiant's middle tower
You can actually already see
under
Luft's
attack.
positioning pretty aggressively to make sure they can't try and jump him with any sort of epicenter Burrow Strike. But they want to find a pick off first. And there it is, stun comes out. It's actually Hootie moving in. The arena goes down. They're going to pin Rubik against the wall. He should fall even with the Cold Embrace. Buy some time. The lift lasts quite a while. They should better chase him away and kill him off. And now the Winner's Curse onto the Royal Thunder Pangolier. Cube is free to move. Now the BKB active from Shadow Fiend. Rubik will finally go down on the side. And now they'll look to reconvene. The Hornet has been committed. They're going to move him right now. They pin him against the wall. Sand King pretty low. He should burn out to this even if they don't get him initially. Farm come through the shield crash. Cube gets the kill.
Yeah,
They
there's
keep
a
SF alive, but that was the 10-second BKB, and you lost 2 heroes. The song's been committed as well,
Yeah,
and they see Phil Mini. They're going to move through. Swashbuckle's there as well. He's trying to move away. The buyback may be too late, though. They're pinned him against the trees. They're going to run him through and kill him off. He's dead.
Is that there?
Epicenter. Hootie trying to move in, looking for a counter kill. Pangolier going to get pretty low, but Cube's dead alive. Will finally go down. The Swashbuckle not getting him out of range. The Midnight Pulse there. They're trying to kill Hootie for the second time as he just buy back. The Cold Embrace will buy enough time to move away with the Burrow Strike. They don't actually have the mana to commit the Black Hole, but they can pin him to a wall. Try and run him through. Going to get him pretty low, and Mars getting low in response. They need to back up, though. They can't
He's
finish
just
off
so
Scarborough.
hard to kill when he's facing towards you. That passive is just way too strong. And they missed one of the raises, so they couldn't get him. However, Rubik jumps in.
Going in aggressively with the blink forward, the left. Spectre maybe not the best target straight away. Hootie getting pretty low here. They need to be careful. They actually might lose him because of the dispersion damage. Yes, he's going to fall.
Yeah, the dispersion and the Photic Shield, there's definitely enough magic damage to take him down, even with the Cold Embrace helped. And that's a dieback on your Sand King. He's dead now for 70 more seconds. Most importantly, your Naga used the song and still died while on the side of Radiant or Team Germany. Spectre, that whole fight, just getting one kill after another. Not a lot of control committed to just deal with her, and because of that, she's just way too strong. You can see that she's just behind the Cube Bango at the moment, 1k. And look who's dead, it's Luft.
Yeah, just a casual kill for the Naga solo. But this is, I mean, I'd like to say, the strength in Germany's draft, as it revealed there, their plan is always hide behind the Spectre. Now, Naga will eventually reach that point, but she's still not as formidable when it comes to soaking in damage as the Spectre is.
Yeah, not yet at least.
Soon.
Soon. Well, not really soon either. He's building towards that heart, but that heart is long way from her.
I guess the interesting thing would be if SF goes for a Silver Edge next, because they definitely need it against the Spectre.
That break versus the Spectre and the Mars would definitely help. But
I mean, even the Pango, right? Getting rid of the disarm chance. There's a lot of value in that item.
even versus the Abaddon, it's good. But
Alright, yeah, but how often does the Abaddon support hit towers? It's a cute thing on the side, but usually stay far back, right?
You can make him die before his ulti.
That's true, actually,
If he forgets to use ulti, that's what I'm talking about. Not about the Curse of Avernus.
I mean, yeah, Abaddon play is undead like Wraith King, and as we know, if you play both those heroes, you don't know what the R button is.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes a lot of sense.
The issue, though, that I'm seeing for Czech boys is that they aren't really using their ultimates from Rubik and Winter Wyvern in good coordination. Rubik spell stealing something completely different than Black Hole or Pango's Rolling Thunder, and also Paluchek on his Winter Wyvern, not Winter's cursing. Last fight he Winter cursed the Rolling Thunder, which is good, but then there's still Enigma around, and now there's Roche around, but not for long.
No, he's going to disappear. They scanned, they knew it was going on, but they couldn't move across quick enough. They are smoked up, though. They're still committing.
Perhaps if they...
Up.
I believe they could have contested that because they have the Song of the Siren on the Naga Siren, but they didn't want to. Song of the Siren is usually one of the better spells to use in the pit, as you can just run in, steal the Roche for yourself.
Especially with things like Epicenter. Speaking of the man who has Epicenter, moves in Burrow Strike, but the arena gets thrown down. They find a kill on Rubik, and Hootie's stuck here as well. He already used the Burrow Strike, so he won't get out alive. They can use the Winner's Curse directly on the side. All damage offset because of that curse. They almost kill off Cube. Middle move away. Guardian Goose heals up. Roland Thunder is out. The BKB is active on SF, but not for long, and he's already losing all this physical damage. He needs to retreat. The Cold Embrace, that's not the way to save his life, though. They're going to pin him against the wall. The Midnight Pulse, they'll get the kill. And so many questions to be asked here. The Black Hole gets the kill on the Flumi, and I don't know what these curses are. I don't know what these Cold Embraces are. Liz, explain it to me, please.
They're just bad.
Oh, well,
mean,
I thought I was
badly-
missing
no,
something.
I'm not flaming the players. I'm just saying the spells were badly used. Don't get
Yes.
me wrong. Like they need to use their spells just a little bit better. They need to coordinate better in between themselves.
Uh-oh. Wyvern. Oh my god, the God's Rebuke damage. You need a God to pray to after that. Swashbuckle moving in, looking on Rubik next, and Cube is just ignoring the razors coming out by SF entirely. The buyback achieves nothing.
Yeah,
in fact, he even stands around buying items.
They need to wait for everyone. They definitely have proven it to us that they have the skill necessary to take these fights. They just have to take them properly. They have to be the ones that initiate first. But if you're dying one after another, like if you're feeding one by one, you're never going to get that chance to play these fights properly.
And you've probably got one good fight left in you, because if it goes wrong, this will be
SF
game.
though, he's being hunted down.
Oh, he is.
Dust does not connect though.
No. But Cooper's back on full HP and still has that second life to work with, and has the Basher now, as we just got a preview on the
Who do you
Sand King.
go on? That's the question for the Czech boys right now. They lost 2 sides. They still have the tier 2 on the bottom, which pretty much leaves...
Oh. Shadow Fiend, they clip on to him. He has the BKB. Doesn't want to have to commit it, but might have to. The wrong fun to come through the cold embrace to try and save his life. It might just killed him though. The arena epicenter coming in. It's not going to do enough though. The BKB comes out from SF trying to stay alive. The Horde through alone will kill him off and gets the Sand King as well. They'll move through, find the Wyvern. The song a little bit too late
That's
for Vilmany as the GG comes out.
Yeah, it's still not over for them. This is the third game that they have lost, I believe, if my memory serves me well.
It's hard to tell. This is... I think arguably this is the 4th game Germany have won today, despite only being their 2nd win on record.
Yeah, Germany, they have played some awkward amount of games, considering they should... Like, if they won 4 games already, they could be already through, right? When you consider the way it works, but sadly for them, 2 of those games were remakes, so only 3 wins for them so far.
But they've been looking hot in every game, and it just seems they play with this very aggressive style that is very hard for these teams that are less organized to punish. You know, these teams
Look,
that have recently fought.
The way it looks to me is like they're just a little bit better individually, nothing more, and the movements that